everyone, and welcome to the Oracle Dragon. So again, apologies for the cold, still fighting that. It's almost over it though, so that's good. As a result though, today again we've got some somewhat shorter readings. But we do have 4 choices, okay? So as always, remember to take what resonates and forget what doesn't. And so if you like a personal reading, details on how to get that is in the description box below. Readings are 10% off until the end of the year, and that includes emergency readings, which are done within 24 hours. And there's an option for emergency readings to be done on the weekends as well. If you haven't already, please go over to Instagram. The link is down below in the description box. Click on that and follow me on Instagram. I upload pick a card readings about once a week on there. So also I just want to take the opportunity to thank you guys for supporting my channel with your likes, subscribes, and comments. Really do appreciate that. All of the subscribes and comments and likes do help give the video traction, allows more people to find the video, okay? So today, like I said, we've got 4 options, and this is a reading about who's coming towards you in love. So who is coming towards you? I'm using multiple decks today just for the heck of it, do something different here. And option number 1 is the plus sign. This orange plus sign is option number 1. Option number 2 is a figure 8, a yellow figure 8. It's actually, upright, looks more like an 8, but it's a figure 8. Option number 3 is the blue cup, and option number 4 is the red square, okay? So if you'd like to use this technique, go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep breath in through the nose nice and slow, and out through the mouth nice and slow. And when you open your eyes, the first card your eyes goes to is usually the right reading for you, okay? You can watch more than one reading or the whole video. I know that a couple of these are similar to each other, so, can't recall right off the bat which ones are similar to each other. I believe it's 3 and 4 have similar energies, but go where you're drawn to, and if something doesn't resonate, don't try to force it to apply to your situation. Just come back another day, choose another option, choose another reading, okay? And yeah, that's it. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pause the video if you need more time. Let's get started. Who's coming towards you in love? So I've got the cards shuffled, spread out, using multiple decks just to use them today for something different. And so I'm feeling drawn to the first card, which comes from a playing deck of cards. This King of Cups here, or King of Hearts. So whoever coming towards you embodies some of this King of Hearts energy. Could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, as that's a water sign card, but certainly would have some of those traits. So for a love reading, it's saying that, very positive things in the sense that this person is capable of very deep emotions, although they might not always show it. Often they try to protect themselves because they're very sensitive, but they do have the deep emotions. And, since this is showing up in a king, this next person, regardless male or female, will embody some of this control and emotional intelligence. There should be a good deal of emotional intelligence with them. They might be very protective, emotionally warm, creative, cultured, generally sort of like a do-gooder type person, or have those natural tendencies, when they're being true to themselves. This is who they are when they're at their best, and they are showing up in this reading at their best as being sort of like a very benevolent person with strong emotions and creative talents. So I feel like, if this is the type of person that loves to be loved and admired, and seeks, to behave in a way that gets them that. And, I think that you would be hard-pressed not to love them because they are very innately lovable. But just remember, that this person can hold grudges, as they can be hurt easily and just not show it. But with regard to, what kind of work they do, it might be something, creative, or even if it's not a technically creative field, their emotions will influence or inform their decisions on the job, but not necessarily in a bad way. They probably have really good intuition. So even if they worked in, say, like finance, they would make smart decisions most of the time on their job, and at home as well, I feel. And they are someone, they like to continue to grow. They don't like to really be stuck in a dead-end job, or who really does, but I mean, they're not the type that likes to be stuck in their job. They like to grow. They don't like to become complacent here. I feel like, this person is a very romantic person, represents an emotional, committed relationship. So somebody that's perhaps, at times jealous or possessive, as this card can talk about. However, mostly it's a romantic connection. This person probably really likes to listen to music, so they might, share songs with you. I feel like you would really get to know them by listening to what kind of music they like. Paying attention to the lyrics of that music would give you messages about the character of this person as well. It's not just about the rhythm, although rhythm is like important. This person might even play rhythmic guitar or some type of stringed instrument as a way of healing themselves. I do see some pain in this person that we'll get to, but music is very healing in general, but especially to this person. The harp card came out and it talks about, the harp here. So it could be a stringed instrument that this person uses or played in school. Harp, perhaps, unlikely as that might sound, could be violin, guitar, like I said, rhythmic guitar, bass, something like that. Um, but this brings this person great happiness, and it is very healing and therapeutic for them. So yeah, that's one way that you're going to notice this person. They're going to really be into their music, and perhaps will share their music with you, dedicate songs to you, or could perhaps play an instrument or write lyrics, or could be a songwriter as well. Now the reason that I feel like this person needs some healing here is because we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the Healing Family Issues card as well. So I feel like, this person is benefiting from healing some of these wounds or rifts that they have in a family environment, perhaps with their parents or the people they grew up with, their family members, like brothers and sisters, immediate family, could be extended family as well. I feel like their family has really made them have more of a conservative attitude towards love. And perhaps like limited vision with regards to areas of their life, including career, but particularly like regarding love. And as I said before, this person doesn't like to be stuck or stagnant. They like to continue growing. It's like going with the flow is important to them as they come across with this sort of gentle, watery sort of energy, regardless of sign. And so I feel like, this person has had to face a lot of obstacles or delays in moving ahead in their life because of certain issues to do with their family. There was some changes that needed to be made, and perhaps, their conservative family wants them to cling to their old ideas and their old tried and true methods that this family uses in doing life, basically. And so this kind of instilled some fear in this person, fear about taking risks, in areas of life, but particularly is giving this person issues with regard to control in romantic relationships. And I feel like, they're going to be in the process of healing that, letting that go when they meet you. As we see this card, when he is upright, he's holding this coin very close to his chest, sort of like a defensive stance, but when it's in reverse, it's kind of letting that go, letting guards down a bit more, being less afraid to take a risk, less afraid of losing control in a relationship. And the reason this person was fearful of losing control before is, whenever they would sense their power dwindling, this would make them feel insecure. And it has a lot to do, again, with this family situation, their parents or their parental relationships. Perhaps they saw one of their parents, or yeah, I'm getting parents that depended too much on the other parent for financial support, and then as a result felt trapped in that relationship. Take what resonates. I'm reading for a lot of people, obviously, but could apply for someone. But this is what is at the root of the fear regarding relationships for your person that's coming in. Not wanting to depend on anybody for financial support and or feel trapped in a relationship in any sense. But the good news is, with this card here talking about healing those family relationships and the family in the love life improving as a result of that. And it says that your person is recognizing some of those unhealthy patterns that they learned from their parents in their family home, and they're sort of taking those on and reinventing themselves with the reinvention card, as that came out as well. So they're healing using music. They're healing by detoxing their relationships with their parents or family to improve their love life, as they recognize those patterns that worked or for the most part didn't work so well. There are pluses and minuses to everything, but they're taking what they didn't like about the relationships that they witnessed growing up that has informed their decision making regarding their love life, and they're dismissing all of those things that don't fit them and that haven't served them up till now, and they're sort of reinventing themselves. Actually, they are reinventing themselves to let go and let their guards down a bit more, be a little bit more open to taking a risk, a little bit less controlling and less in fear. A lot of that has to do with, healing those parental relationships and those family relationships, because those relationships and the way they were brought up hurt them in the past, and messed up the relationships in the past. So they're trying not to be that way anymore. And one of the ways that they're doing that with this is the Dancing Princesses Enchantment. So I feel with this card representing your person, the next person coming in is they're going to be an enchanting type person. They might have really watery, big, beautiful eyes. Could be, but most water signs do, as well as the person on that card. But I feel like mostly, they are just going to be, charming and attractive in whatever way, they come across in their own way. I feel like they are, very interested in finding a worthy partner now that they've done some healing, perhaps gotten some therapy, or just confronted, their issues, and, have realized what doesn't serve them and is transforming that now, reinventing themselves. And in part of doing that is allowing them to show their true selves, which is more enchanting, which is more interested in a worthy partner, and is, this person is narrowing their social circle with that reinvention card. And this the 12 Dancing Princesses card, talking about, narrowing their social circle. So not quite, getting rid of any low vibrational friends or people in their life, and getting more serious about having, quality people, worthwhile people in their life and in their inner circle. And this is including cutting out even family members who are toxic or have held them back. So yeah, that's part of this person's transformation and reinvention. And, as a result, they're coming up with a peaceful solution to their life's problems here. So they are really, they've learned a lot. They have conflicts, but they are overcoming them. And I feel like this is what this person is currently doing, overcoming these conflicts that I've talked about here. Because, it had him acting like a fool in the past, as this archetype card talks about, their shadow attributes were strong with using humor to wound rather than to liberate. So like biting wit, sarcasm, that sort of thing. This person, one of those people that jokes, but in a passive aggressive, hurtful way. I feel like this embodied this person before. And this is sort of one of the old patterns that they adapted, learned from their family home and their upbringing of watching couples interact. This is one of the things that they're releasing and letting go of because it doesn't serve them. Obviously, nobody wants to be around a jerk who uses humor to hurt you. So also, I feel like this denial of emotional truth. This person showing up in the King of Cups energy shows that, again, emotional maturity is occurring with this person. So they're no longer denying their emotional truth, although, again, they keep their emotions to themselves, like to hold those emotions close to the chest. They will open up for a worthy person, though, and that's who they're looking for, and that's going to be you. And so, since they've turned around and reinvented themselves, they are someone now who fearlessly reveals their emotions to a worthy person and help people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. So, they like to make people laugh in a positive way, not in a way that has a negative connotation to it or leaves a bad taste in the mouth, not in a biting wit or sarcastic way. And so regarding the bedroom, this person is coming across as the Eight of Pentacles. And as you can see, this sort of fits, what we've described this person to be here as being sort of a gentle person. This man is holding this rose to this woman's leg. Even if this is a female we're talking about, this is a gentle person who likes to overcome, boundaries or barriers in the bedroom, or emotionally speaking, in a relationship, in general, because they know what it's like to feel closed off, to have strong boundaries that are up out of fear of taking a risk or being too open. And so I feel like as a result, they've learned in the bedroom to be a more gentle lover, someone who's affectionate, tender, and gentle. And this approach, reflects the simple, honest feelings that they have towards sex. So I feel like they're pretty simple and honest, and will tell you, what it is that they want, and be very, grounded and gentle and sensual with you in expressing those emotions. And maybe sometimes, you won't be in the mood or something, but I have a feeling that this person will overcome any indifference that you have towards them because of just, how sweet they are. A very sweet energy in the bedroom and in general with this person. Just once was guarded due to hurts, but they're overcoming that and allowing their inner light to shine through their true personality, which is a very sweet person. So that is who's coming towards you, option 1. Thank you for tuning in. And if you liked this reading, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you'd like a personal reading, the details to get one are in the description box below. Talk to you next time. Welcome, option 2. So who is coming towards you in love? Got the cards shuffled and laid out, using a lot of different decks today. So for something different, it looks like the next person coming towards you is a very good chance that this will end up in a serious commitment or even a marriage here. So the reason I say that is because we've got the Four of Wands, which talks about commitment, being at home with one another, and we've got the Commitment card. So it straight up talks about commitment. Okay. Now, for some of you, this person might be working their way out of a commitment at present, but I really got more of the impression that this was talking about this person is going to be somebody who's going to commit to you. Because with that Four of Wands talks about that's fire sign energies. It could be, in somebody's chart, but doesn't have to be. It certainly, this person will have these traits of being warm and passionate. I feel like you guys are going to be very comfortable with one another. This could be a very prosperous union as well. I'm getting that. Increased financial flow is happening for this person. So financial abundance is very highly likely here. I feel like, every time that you guys are together, it's not going to be any old, boring type commitment. Sometimes commitments can feel a little bit routine after a while. I feel like for you guys, that's not likely to happen, at least not to the same extent or as quickly, because you will feel like you're always celebrating when you're together, that just being together, whether it's just the two of you or not. Because on the traditional tarot, the Four of Wands shows two people in a garden. Whether it's just the two of you or not, you'll be feeling rewarded and celebrating and feeling celebratory in each other's presence. It's a very warm, comfortable connection. This is called sometimes the comfort card, and also talks about two people feeling at home with one another. So it does talk about pleasure and prosperity, financial stability, a happy home life, and I feel like this person has really worked hard to come into their own, and is continuing to work hard to kind of show the world who they are and what they can achieve and gain recognition and the rewards that they feel that they deserve. So I feel like this person is ambitious, and that they want that financial prosperity. They want success at their business or their career. They really derive a lot of satisfaction from a job well done. And they want someone that they can be with who they feel, contentment with and feel at peace with. They want some ease or easiness in the connection, not high drama. They don't want to have to, translate their soul every time they communicate with you or someone. They want to be able to be understood. And so that talks, about the ease in a relationship, a happy and comfortable home life. So they can come home from whatever work that they do and, rest easy, knowing that it's kind of like you're a refuge for them. Okay. But at present, I do get the feeling that this person perhaps, is needing help in some regard, in some situation. They're coming out as the King of Cups in reverse, and I'm not getting this as their usual energy, but this is sort of the energy that they're in right now for most of them, because they feel yoked, they feel tied down or frustrated here. Okay. So this is kind of what I was alluding to, with perhaps they're in a connection that's not working for them right now. But I think it has to do with, just a general sense of feeling tied down in their current circumstances. Maybe not knowing their worth, not knowing how much they deserve love in a situation. And perhaps settling for something, that it is no longer serving them. Because with that, what I'm getting from the King in reverse is just like a sense of emotional turmoil or insecurity or defensiveness. I feel like this person, does struggle with insecurity issues and will, likely do so when you are together. There is a part of them that is a bit controlling. They don't like to be dissatisfied. Like I said, with their home life, they want contentment and ease, and to feel like, they're at home and that it's peaceful and it's a refuge from, the real world where they're having to be in the rat race, where they're having to hustle and work hard. They are someone who likes, peace and happiness at home. But I feel like, so if they're not getting that, they could be a little bit snappish. It might be a little bit emotional or moody, defensive, that kind of thing, perhaps jealous as well. But I just feel like that's when they're in their lower vibration, and they get in their lower vibration when they're having money issues, which I'm not seeing them having money issues right now. When they're with the wrong partner who doesn't make them feel loved. So if they're in a partnership now, that's the issue, then that's why they're showing up in reverse. Or, if they're not using their creativity, because their creativity is a real outlet for them. It's a real sort of therapy. It's really necessary to keeping them balanced. So they, whenever they're not allowed to express themselves creatively, or feel like they're being censored, or having some sort of money problems, they can tend to be a bit, defensive, moody, and feel insecure in the partnership. So just beware of that. And this person doesn't like to feel yoked or trapped either, and they just want to know that they're loved, and they are loved. They're a very lovable person, I'm getting. They just have a tendency, towards melancholy, in the sense that They could blame themselves for, any failings, particularly with regard to their personal relationships, or, at work, anything that they really care about, um, that doesn't go quite, the way that they want them to or up to their high standards. They can feel not worthy, and that sense of feeling not worthy makes them question how lovable they are, and it's just like this downward spiral. I'm getting like a Cancer energy, but it could be, any sign, most likely like a water sign or a Cancer energy. So I feel like though that this person is a type that will ask for help. I don't think they probably don't like to ask for help, to be honest, but I think that they've learned that they need to do that. Asking for help is important, just sort of lift the burdens from themselves. If they're getting behind in some life area, if things are not living up to their high expectations, rather than trying to do everything themselves, then they can ask for help. And this is something that, it's a more mature approach to take. As I feel like this person is a mature person, regardless of how they're kind of coming towards, when they're like in a bad mood. Um, they definitely do have a mature side to them, that is not unwilling to ask for help, and allow others to lend a hand. And they're going to want, you to be someone who lends a hand as well. And whatever that it is that they're going through, whether emotionally or physically, they know that, they want a partner in life, somebody that increases their chances for success, and, helps them with their plans to move their goals and their plans forward. And so, I feel like, if you're a really knowledgeable person, you're well informed, that's going to be a plus for this person. Um, but you also want to be someone that can sort of, meet them where they're at, and sort of like carry your own weight and not put extra stresses on this person. As we see, they can be a little bit moody sometimes, and can get stressed out if they're not using their creativity, or if they're just doing too much. This challenges their like emotional health and their physical health. So they're going to want to be surrounded by, and I feel like they do, counteract sort of this tendency towards melancholy by, being around loving family and friends who are willing to, lighten their load, and, help them. This really helps them feel much better. And so I feel like, this person probably has a sister who is close to them, or someone who is like a sister. If not, then just a sibling. Um, as I said, they like to surround themselves with helpful, loving people that they can count on. And, with the sister love card here from the Fairy Tale Oracle, that's what it talks about. It talks about, sharing what they have, even when they have little. So if they care about you, you're on their team. Certainly, this is your next romantic partner. You're going to be on their team. Then they're going to be very lovable towards you. They're going to share what they have, even when they don't have very much. It sounds like financially they have a lot. I feel like emotionally they get drained, though. They're still going to share what they can. Again, I'm getting that they probably have a sibling or a very close friend that is important to them. And I feel like, this person that you're attracting who's coming towards you is very, hospitable, probably the type to open up their home to their friends when their friends are in town, or family. Be very generous with them in that way, and generous with you as well. And I feel like your person really is the type that rewards good people, like people that have true good hearts. They're really all about that, okay? And so, yeah, with the, financial flow, like I said, the financial flow with this person is going to be very good. This person is experiencing increased prosperity. They are manifesting greater wealth with this card into their life, and more opportunities, including an opportunity in love with you. And, one of the things that you can help them with is to correct, any negative thoughts when they get blue and depressed, and when they get a little moody, is to correct those negative thoughts. Because when this person starts getting low and starts blaming themselves and starts acting like they feel unworthy, this is what blocks their financial flow. And as I discussed earlier, their financial, abundance is probably more important to them than for, like more than average. It's pretty important to them. So yeah, that's something that you can do, help them correct those negative thoughts. And I think that you're gonna make them so happy, as we saw with the four of wands, that you guys are going to have a lot in common, that it's going to be quite easy for you. So it's probably something down the line that you might notice this person might start getting into like a fear mindset, and perhaps, start sabotaging their happiness a little bit, or their financial flow a little bit. And that's when you can step in and sort of help them raise their vibration, saying a kind word, knowing how to handle this person at this point to sort of cheer them up will go a long way. Towards helping this person through that difficulty. And in the bedroom, we've got the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles in this deck says that um, they're well, basically, this is a solid sex life right here. It represents a solid sex life that that your pleasure in the bedroom, will simmer. It'll be like a nice slow burn, as opposed to just like um, a big huge flame that burns out quickly. It's going to simmer. It's going to be a nice slow burn. So that indicates a solid sex life. So now you're definitely not going to have any concerns or worries in that department. And like we saw with the Four of Wands, lots of passion in the connection. And Four of Wands can be considered a twin flame soulmate card if you know about that. So, take it how it resonates. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of passion in the bedroom, a lot of warmth between you, and a lot of comfort in the connection. So it looks good. Looks really good, option two. So this is coming towards you in love. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you liked that. And if you did, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. If you'd like a personal reading, you can get one by looking in the description box below. And I'll talk to you next time. Hi, welcome option 3. So let's see who's coming towards you in love here. I've got the cards shuffled and spread out because I'm using, multiple different decks this time. Do something different here. And what I'm seeing here is kind of interesting. Not bad. We'll see how it goes. We've got the first out the Jack of Spades, which represents the Prince or the Knight of Swords or the Page of Swords. So this tells me that this person could be like an air sign. They might be younger than you, don't have to be. Could be that they're just young at heart. This is somebody, I feel like they might be kind of princely in the sense that they are like chivalrous, like the knights of old days. They like to do things like be chivalrous. So the type that would open a car door for you. They're honest, like forthright people. They like to say what's on their mind. They can be a tad bit impatient. Yeah, there's a bit of impatience here. I feel like there's a little bit of an intimacy or trust issue with this person as well, but we'll get into that. At worst they can be insensitive, but at best they are, honest and sort of dreamy in the sense that they're like classic prince riding in on their white steed, to rescue you, that sort of an energy. However, more with this person, I feel like they're just really passionate about their ideas, and they really believe in their perceptions. So I get this person's a very intuitive person. Okay, I'm seeing that. That they listen to their intuition, so they're spirited in that sense. And I feel that they feel that their insights into other people's true feelings and motives are very accurate. Although I'm here to tell you that I'm not getting that they're always, accurate, okay? Sometimes they get their mindset on a certain way of thinking about someone or something, and it's really hard to get them to change their mind, even in the face of conflicting evidence, okay? So I'm just getting that for someone that's going to resonate with someone, because they, like I said, are very passionate about their ideas, but they do have good intuition. It's not to say that they don't. And it's when they particularly pride themselves in their ability to quote-unquote read other people. But due to the fact that they're showing up as this younger energy, they might get a little bit ahead of themselves, a little overly idealistic or enthusiastic at times, and as a result, this can keep them from truly understanding other people's viewpoints. So it's like somebody that's very quick in their mind, very smart, keen intellect, but they lack like true wisdom, So this is like Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. Like if they were on the younger side, that's that kind of energy, if you know about those signs. But again, they don't have to be that. Just could be part of their personality in some way that that they need. They're in the process of developing. They're growing up and developing truer wisdom. Okay. And also, I feel like this is somebody that, kind of flies by the seat of their pants with regards to their life sometimes. They could travel for work. Maybe when they come into your life, it's going to be very unexpected. You're not going to see it coming. Also, they could be the type that sends you like an urgent message that you weren't expecting as well. Also, you could be know who this person is, or they could know who you are, could be watching you from a distance, keeping an eye on you. It's likely somebody that you haven't been with before. For most of you, it's probably a new affair. Or if it is somebody that it's some like major change with this person has occurred, where this person is valuing their freedom and their excitement and being more open in their lives, over more conservative or traditional ways of being. Okay, so there's been a change to be more free and more flexible here. And so I feel like this person is pretty flexible and tolerant, despite the fact that sometimes they might misread others, and that's just due to their younger energy. Um, I do feel like they try really hard, to learn. Learning is important to them, um, and that they are naturally intelligent, naturally curious people. And I feel like they, are thinking about branching out and reaching out to you if they know who you are. I feel like, in all life areas, they like to test themselves first. They like to watch from a distance, observe, and then sort of test themselves. And then, like, when the timing seems right, then they take their best shot and hope to be successful. And often they are. But if it's, something they've never done before, then they feel like especially anxious, because there's a difference between theory and practice in their mind and in their ideas. They might think that they know how things should or will go, and then when it comes to actually implementing and taking actions, then they get really anxious about that. But I don't think that stopped them, and I don't think it, and it's not going to stop them from coming towards you, making a move towards you, or contacting you, communicating with you. But these are just some of the things that this person is working on. And I feel like they're also probably training and developing their skills in some way, perhaps at their job, but like in all life areas, because like I said, they're growing up here. And they might, show in love relationships or in their personal relationships, can be a bit detached towards a relationship and overly idealistic. Again, this has to do with the young soul age they're displaying here. So it could be that this person is not ready to commit. Like I said before, uh, they have other things to learn, other things to do first, and also there's some intimacy issues that I'm picking up from this person. So let's look more into this here. So we've got that this is somebody that listens to their intuition, very much trusts that, values their mind very much, and their freedom and flexibility and their ability to read others. They are coming through with something to do with trust and intimacy here, because we got the trust card from the Romance Angels. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay, and then the Frog Prince, which is about intimacy. So this next person coming into your life, this is someone that, at first, even though they might unexpectedly enter your life, and they might be keeping an eye on you or know of you now, I feel like there's still a tendency for this person to keep people at a distance, just because of a little bit of this intimacy issue here and this reluctance to trust, okay? I feel like they really want and are feeling guided, towards a beautiful romance and a deep love. I do think they desire that. I feel like they're almost obsessed with it, to be honest. But sometimes they doubt that they can have it, and I think that has to do with their known intimacy issues, their need to grow, their need to become more wise and accomplish some things and improve their relationship skills, as they grow. And so this is part of their tendency to keep people at a distance. But this is the type of person, like I said, who is chivalrous. Okay, in other words, they keep their word. For the most part, nobody's perfect. I feel like, yeah, again, they are learning with this intimacy card about how to be closer to others, how to give of themselves, and what it means to grow close and to share their affection with other people. This is part of the learning curve that they're on right now. Okay, and also learning, that they can have the love that they're guided towards, because I feel like they are guided towards love, and they do want a deep love. They just need to feel safe in that. Okay, because we got the feeling safe card here, which talks about, they don't like to feel vulnerable. And like I said, when it comes to implementing plans, putting them into action, taking them from thought form to material form, there's a real anxiety with this person about doing that. It makes them feel vulnerable. And so when they think about taking action towards love and like implementing their plans for intimacy with someone, contacting, reaching out, they get very scared and very insecure, easily. And so this is due to the fact that they do fear, getting hurt. But also, because of their really good intuition, they know that they are guided towards happiness, and that, they are supported spiritually, and that they can feel safe. And I feel like they will feel safe with you. Okay, there is a certain amount of safety and safeness that this person will experience in your presence. However, part of the reason why this person is the way that they are is they've experienced some two-faced friendships in the past here with this two-faced card. talking about the cat, a two-faced friend, right? And I am guided to tell you that this person themselves attracted, a two-faced friend because they have a little bit of that as well. Some duplicity to their character as well. Sort of this like Gemini energy, okay? The evil twin and the angelic twin. Again, I don't think this makes this person a bad person. I think it's just who they are, and it's part of the age that they're at, this maturity level that they're at. But that contributes to the trust issues that they have, the intimacy issues that they have, and this need for them to feel really safe before allowing themselves to be really comfortable with somebody. For some of you, this might be somebody that with this fresh start card here. Or you might have an affair together, and then, it could possibly phase out, and then you'll have a renewal in the connection that will be a fresh start. But that'll apply for some of you, that this is somebody that like I said, who's watching you, and you could be having another start with this person. But any, like, as far as conflicts or obstacles with regard to this connection, this person shows up as the lover in the archetype cards, but in the reverse. So that's the shadow attribute. So this person is definitely like obsessive, like I said, about wanting love and passion, and a really deep and abiding love, because this card talks about obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. So they can be a little bit too, excited or enthusiastic about love, and I'm guided to say about sex and about passion and relationships. And perhaps in the past, this is what pushed others away from them too. And this puts doubts in their heads about whether or not they can really trust that they are being guided to a real love relationship, because of this obsessive tendency. They just want it so bad, and whenever you want something really badly, you tend to push it away. It's kind of like one of the laws of the universe. And we've got the Devil card here that kind of goes hand in hand with that Lover's card, or that Lover in reverse card, talking about obsession, because the Devil card also talks about obsession, and it talks about indulgence and in fear. So I feel like there is a lot of fear that this person has to contend with, that they need to work through, that's affecting their ability to allow themselves to reach out to you and to really truly be vulnerable with another person. But you can't have the deep love that this person obviously wants if you're not vulnerable, and if you don't allow caring and sharing to occur within a connection. And I do feel that they are working on that. One of the ways that you can help when you get with this person, we've got the Moon card. Okay, so that talks about the sex life that you guys will have, and it says that using your imagination will create magic in this connection in the bedroom here. And it's also about, implementing, imaginative acts as a way of guarding against conflict and deception. So this person really needs to be stimulated not only in their mind and in their body, but in their imagination as well. They might have some Pisces in their chart, but don't have to. It's just more of that energy of, if you want this person to remain, faithful to you, then, maybe some role playing, just using your imaginations in the bedroom. That this is going to help you not only just keep this person faithful, not to say that they won't be faithful. Some of them probably won't, to be honest, just based on the energy I'm getting. But also, this using imagination in the bedroom helps with conflicts as well. And for some of you, this person would probably want an open situation, or an open relationship. As you see, there's two couples on this card, and then earlier with that Knight, it talked about openness and flexibility and love being important to this person. But I feel like with this, that will help with this Devil energy here and this reverse Lover card. This person needs to not feel so chained to something. Whatever hang-ups or inhibitions that they have, that they might use to manipulate others to get what they want, or to satisfy their needs, particularly with regard to love and passion, because they have this block about accepting love in a healthy way. They haven't really been able to do that. So they might turn to like mind games, manipulations, or perhaps one or two of them has like a sex addiction, or they might rely too heavily on the sexual component of the relationship to carry the relationship, because they don't feel like they have enough to offer you emotionally, since they're not emotionally mature enough. But they are working on that, right? Because we saw that with the with the intimacy card, talking about learning to not keep people at a distance, learning to give of themselves and to develop closeness and affection and a connection. That's what this card is talking about. This person is learning this, but their default mode is to rely on manipulation and sex, to be honest. And so that's likely something that you know, will have to deal with this person. Hopefully not, but one of the questions you can ask yourself, is this connection, abusive in any way, obsessive or harmful? Is it affecting your life negatively in any way? Because the sex is probably going to be really intense and exciting, and so you could be sucked into this person's, you know, sexual ideas and fantasies pretty easily, just based on the potency of the sexual connection that I'm getting here. Just don't allow this person to overlook, any incompatibility within the connection with you based on sexual desire, and don't you overlook any character flaws in this person based on sexual desire, is what the devil card is saying. Okay, because it can become like a self-inflicted bondage that prevents the connection from getting ahead if you do that. Okay. So just keep your head, and yeah, like I said, this is an interesting one. So I think, you know, this person is making good strides, and I feel like optimistic that there is hope for this person to grow and become, a healthier partner. However, there's probably going to be some detours along the way, to be honest. So, yeah. Let me know what you think about this one in the comment section down below, and then hit the like button if you liked the reading, and if you'd like a personal reading, you can find details on how to get one in the description box below. Thanks for watching. Welcome, option 4. So who's coming towards you in love here? I've got the cards shuffled and spread out using multiple decks today. So what I'm seeing here is somebody who is feeling bound to a situation, perhaps has been codependent in love in the past. We've got the World card in reverse. So this person could possibly be Capricorn or one of the fixed signs, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius could be in their chart, or they have those traits, but doesn't have to be. This card is saying that your person, is facing a lot of different choices here. And I feel like the choices regarding love, perhaps there's a choice regarding love, something that they feel bound to. They don't know which way to go. It's likely that there's some obstacles that are standing in their way towards the success that they're really seeking in some life area. So I feel like this person feels like, or has felt like, no matter how much work they put into a situation, things just aren't working out for them, and they're going to have to right matters themselves and depend on themselves now. Because I do get the feeling this person has been somewhat dependent on others here, as they come out in the archetype deck as the Child Eternal in reverse. So that's the shadow attributes. So shadow attributes of this person is an inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependencies on others for physical security. So it's likely this person's been in some sort of a union where they were dependent on that person, and they've realized that that just has not served them. That if they want to get what they want out of life, that they really have to be the ones to right the situation themselves. And so, because whatever they've done up till now, it just hasn't met their expectations. And I feel like, they've tried really, really hard, but there's still more work to do here. And it could be, if it is a relationship, another relationship with someone, a union of some kind, it just, like I said, is despite their efforts, it just hasn't worked out. All it's done is ended in frustration and this feeling of giving up. But the good news is I feel like this person believes still that there are happier times on the way here, because we've got the Retreat card here, and I feel like your person has gone within and taken the time necessary from the Romance Angels. It's time to disconnect from the world. Because like I said, they really need to start learning to depend on their own inner voice, make their own decisions, and not be physically or financially dependent on anybody else. And they've been able to realize this by going within. Perhaps this person meditates or taken up meditation or some other practice. They're meditating, they're not even realizing they're doing it, but they're starting to realize that, taking time away is important to resolve their conflicts and their confusion about their current life circumstances and situation. And perhaps they realized, that maybe they've taken bad advice from someone in their life. Now they're really starting to depend on their own advice and holding their own counsel, and they've been able to do this by disconnecting from others and and taking space away so they can hear themselves, so that they can hear their own inner voice. And I feel like with this person that's coming in, as a result, they're going to be in a much healthier place than they've been before. They've seen, the flip side of a relationship, one that what it looks like when it's done wrong. So I think they're going to have a lot of good ideas about how to have a healthy and productive relationship, and that this could be very serious with this person that's coming towards you. That this connection that you're about to have with this person, that you're going to have with this person in the future, will be pretty serious. And so, despite the fact, that they've learned these hard lessons, or they're in the process of retreating so they can learn those hard lessons, there is a miracle healing occurring here. So we got the miracle healing card talking about, you know, this person listening to their own dreams, listening to their own feelings, and they are being divinely guided towards their life purpose here and what they should be doing in their lives. So they're getting rid of those things that are not, those people and things that are not working for them, and not working and are not a part of their divine life purpose. They're really moving forward fearlessly now, and they've really taken the reins of their life here. I feel like this has been, very much a challenge for this person, because they have felt bound to a previous partner or a situation or circumstances. Maybe they have been codependent on somebody else because they are afraid they can't make it in the world on themselves, or that they can't make it and do their life path because they're not qualified for some reason. But they really are qualified. I feel like they've been in survival mode with this card here, the survival card. But the thing about survival mode is that it's taught this person to be very clever, very practical, and follow through on their plans. And I feel like they're making plans or following through on them. They've gained some sort of inspiration that's allowing them to be inspiring to those around you. I think this person will be inspiring to you. This person could possibly be growing into, or their divine life purpose might be that of a leader, or someone who isn't like who is an activist life person that has these really strong issues that they support very strongly. And so I feel like this person has learned, as a result of having to be in survival mode, of being stuck in situations or bound to situations that weren't healthy for them and didn't serve them, they finally learned to, stay one step ahead of those who may cause them harm. Okay. So I feel like, there are problems still when you meet this person that will need to be resolved. Perhaps, this person might not seem like your type right away. You might feel like, no, this person isn't going to be the right one for me, or they've got more problems that need to be resolved, or, maybe they're not that type or my type. But I feel that those problems will be resolved. I think this person, this no card can be saying too, that this person has put their foot down to the universe and has demanded like a better quality of life for themselves, better than what they were getting. And, with the ink pot card, it talks about also, the problems being resolved. So they're definitely being resolved. This miracle healing is occurring in this person's life. They've attracted it by retreating, going within, and getting in touch with their inner selves. And I feel like this person is really not only a survivor, but they're a lovely person. They're coming up as the Queen of Pentacles, regardless of gender. The Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Earth. So, could be a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn, but doesn't have to be. They would have some of those traits, though. This is someone who's concerned with comfort and security. So this would explain if they settled for something, a codependent situation in the past because of, they were never really taught to be responsible for themselves, and there was some immaturity within them that made them allow themselves to be dependent on others. But they're growing from that, and the tendency for them to do that in the first place was that they do like to be comfortable. They like creature comforts. They like to be taken care of, and they're also willing to take care of others. This is a very fertile person, fertile in mind and body, who appreciates, wealth and generosity. Like I said, they are an activist type person, so they might even do some charity work or donate to charity on a regular basis when they have the money to do so. This is probably someone, as part of their survival tactics of learning how to be, more independent, self-sufficient, has become very financially savvy and more understanding of the material world. So I feel like this person is probably coming into their own regarding money or other resources. And it's not only about money for them. They also, make friends and share with others, and others share with them. They have this whole social network that provides for them resources wise. And now they're able to give back to that more equally, whereas in the past they might have been more of a taker because of their circumstances. They didn't have anything to give, but now they're coming into their harvest with this card. The Queen of Pentacles is a harvest card, talking about, reaping what you've sown, and being rewarded for, the hard work that you've done. And so this person is showing up as a wise, generous, and practical person, and also a very sensual person. Probably very at home in their body and with like sensual pleasures, creature comforts, things like that. And I feel like yours, like I said, could be very serious. A serious, mature, sincere relationship, and one with a lot of sensual and sexual pleasures, as well as financial security and sharing of the good things in life. Now, with regard to like your sex life, we've got the Six of Pentacles from the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and I feel like with the sex life, this person might not be the best at staying in the present moment, or you might not be the best at staying in the present moment. I feel like, so you're going to be guided to really sort of hone in on your senses. As this is a very sensual person, you'll get the most out of your intimacy if you really hone in on like your five, six senses. Sight, touch, hearing, scent, all of those, and engaging those in the bedroom. I feel like too that this person may feel neglected at times if you're somebody that likes to work a lot, or aren't around as regularly as they would like. I feel like it's really them kind of coming across this way because, again, like I said, even though they've overcome some of these codependent tendencies, they still have that in their personality. So sometimes they might want you to be with them more often than you can. So just know that there might be a tendency for this person to feel neglected, and so you're going to make sure that need to make sure to keep things happy in the bedroom, that you're present with them. When you're with them, you're really with them, and that there's equal give and take in the bedroom as well. That it's balanced. That both people are meeting each other's needs equally. Okay. So that otherwise, I feel like it will be a sensual relationship in the bedroom as well, something that involves a lot of give and take. And as that's an earth sign card, earth sign's all about earthly senses. So you probably, like as you see, the girl on the card is using like food in her sensual activities, like strawberries and honey and things like that. Engaging the five senses is going to be big for you guys in your connection in the bedroom. Well, that's all I've got for you, option 4. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope, that gives you some idea of what you can look forward to. Overall, it looks like this person is human, but they have a lot to offer, have overcome a lot, and financially as well as emotionally are a pretty grounded person, a pretty good person. So hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you'd like a personal reading, you can get one by looking in the description box below. Thanks for watching.